WANDAYI has rushed to castigate Chebukati and his other two commissioners over their deliberate plan to stay in office longer. What the law requires is that Chebukati and his other two commissioners who are supposed to retire early next year are supposed to vacate office on a terminal leave 3 months prior to their retirement date. But WANDAYI and the Azimio brigades are saying that Chebukati is illegally staying in office and probably crafting something sinister for 2022. WANDAYI was in a company of Azimio team members, and he decided to unleash this threat to Chebukati and telling Chebukati straight that if you don't vacate office within this specified or specific number of days, we will have or will be forced to take action against you. So the question that lingers in my mind, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe you also have the same question, is why is Chebukati not conforming to the law? If the law requires that Chebukati is supposed to vacate office on a terminal leave 3 months to the date of retiring, then why is Chebukati still in office? Please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, hit the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you will also become the first person to get notified. Now, ladies and gentlemen, kindly let me share with you this video about that threat from WANDAYI and his team.
Vacancies or potential vacancies in the IEBC. But remember, when we were at Safari Park some time back with my colleagues here, we did give out a warning to the current IEBC chairman, Mr. Chebukati, and the other two commissioners, Boya Molu and Professor Gulie, that since their term in office is expiring on the 17th of January 2023, they need to proceed on terminal leave 3 months to that date.
WANDAYI happens to be unhappy about that fact or that reason why Chebukati is still in office, despite the fact that the law requires that Chebukati vacate office 3 months before. And I derived some theories to it. So the first theory to the reason why Chebukati could be staying longer is because Chebukati knows very well that if it is true that he favored the incumbent, then there could be some deliberate plan to make plans for the successor who will come in place and put the ground for that successor so that in 2022 it becomes easy for the successor to do things according to his preference. That is the preference of Chebukati. That is number one. Number two, the second theory that I think could be leading to Chebukati's overstaying in office is because maybe this person will want to dig deep into the previous ill deeds from Chebukati and probably try to unearth, unravel a mystery behind what happened in 2022 general election. So Chebukati could be, cleaning the mess, trying to remove any lead. Because should a new chairperson come in place and identify anything, any mischievous act within the Chebukati-led committee or led commission, then you don't know whether this person might leak this information to the public, and maybe someone, a voter, can even decide to sue Chebukati over those revelations. Because in the current constitution, unabeba msalaba wako baadaye. We've seen this with some politicians now being taken to court, though some of them are being exonerated because they are supporting the current government in place. But what about when a different government comes, the government does not give a damn about, these corrupt individuals, that they're likely to be brought back to court. You saw the case of Kimunya, when Kimunya was exonerated previously, and then this time around the case had to be brought back again for another mentioning. So should that happen in future, I think should the successor of Chebukati be brought, and this successor decide to unravel some of those ill deeds of Chebukati, then this successor would maybe want to take Chebukati to court over the mere fact that he could have bungled the elections because of the truths or because the evidences that have been found. Theory about unraveling a mystery over this election result is one of the things why I think Chebukati is staying longer in office. So Opiyo Wandayi has issued threats to Chebukati, but has not disclosed the measure that Opiyo Wandayi will take. So I look at, again, I ask myself, what kind of measures that Opiyo Wandayi can take? One, if I think about the parliament, then I think the parliament is not likely to favor Opiyo Wandayi because the parliament has already been captured. The speaker is captured. The MPs are captured. You've seen some of those MPs from Azimio, they come to Kenya Kwanza. So that means the Kenya Kwanza will have numbers automatically. What does that mean? That means should Opiyo Wandayi decide to use the parliament to ouster Chebukati or to force Chebukati into forceful terminal leave, then those parliamentarians will not favor him. So that will not work. So I go to my second plan that I think Opiyo Wandayi might take. What is it? Then if I go to mass protests, then I think I go to the institution of the police. Again, that is not going to happen. You've seen that after the handshake, the tear gases were not being used. After the handshake, the police were not being used to fight protesters because Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta did not want to use the police in that direction. When we saw that when Opiyo Wandayi and the team decided to approach Anniversary Towers previously to try to fight this idea of Cherera and her team being removed, you saw the tear gas that was being used, and that was a clear indication that the Ruto government will use the police to fight the opposition, the same way that it used to happen in the first term of the Jubilee Alliance. So for the protest, the mass protest, likely not to happen, but is the only way out to forcing Chebukati into a terminal leave. The third plan is the judiciary. Then again, if I look at the judiciary and the kind of judgments that they've been releasing lately, then you find that the judiciary can also be the only way out, the only mechanism to ouster or to remove Chebukati. So the judiciary can be a last resort. Despite the fact that Martha Koome favored William Samoei Ruto, but the recent judgments, especially the judgment for Susan Kihika, when the Martha Koome-led team had to force Susan Kihika to rethink or to relook at the cabinet, the executive committees, because there was allegation of that Susan Kihika had taken members from his tribes community to be the only people who dominate the cabinet slots in that Nakuru County, and that the Koome-led team decided to put that on hold until investigation is conducted. So I think judiciary is the only way out for the Azimio One Kenya Alliance. The mass protest might bring some, might not work, because Chebukati appears to be soft-spoken but a no-nonsense kind of person who enjoys a lot of protection from the Kenya Kwanza government. So the only way out is to go to the High Court and lodge a complaint, official complaint about Chebukati's overstaying in office. That is the only way out. I think Azimio One Kenya Alliance can succeed in their quest to force Chebukati out of the office. So ladies and gentlemen, do you think Opiyo Wandayi will succeed in forcing Chebukati into a terminal leave? One. And two, do you think what Chebukati is doing at the anniversary towers is something that is considered as good? And why is it that Chebukati is not ready to vacate office on a terminal leave basis? Kindly share what you think below the comment section there. But as far as I'm concerned, Chebukati's move in that office at the anniversary tower has a lot to worry about. So ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I'd like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until we catch up again for another analysis.